At 72, Joseph sat on the edge of his bed, listening to the familiar grinding pop of his knees. He had accepted this noise as the soundtrack of his aging, just as he accepted that walking to the mailbox was a daily battle. His doctor called it wear and tear, but Joseph refused to believe his body was simply finished. He turned to a remedy known for centuries as the gold of the Aztecs. He took just one spoonful of a specific oil every morning. By day 7, the grinding noise was gone. He stood up without wincing, and for the first time in a decade, he walked to his garden with a steady, painless stride. Today, I will reveal the 15 specific health problems this golden oil can solve, starting with the immediate relief Joseph felt, and ending with the life-saving secret at number 15. Let's begin. Problem number 1, chronic joint pain and stiffness. This is what Joseph experienced first. As we age, the cartilage that cushions our joints begins to dry out, and the body's internal engine runs hot with inflammation. Most people reach for painkillers, but those only mask the signal. Chia seed oil works differently. It acts as a biological coolant. It is one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. When this enters your system, your body converts it into powerful anti-inflammatory agents that compete with the chemicals causing your pain. Think of it as replacing the dirty, gritty oil in an old car with premium synthetic lubricant. It reduces the friction. In clinical observations, consistent use showed a significant reduction in morning stiffness within the first week. But while moving freely is a blessing, it means nothing if you are constantly rubbing your eyes in irritation, which brings us to the next issue. Problem number 2, dry eye syndrome. This is a condition that rarely gets discussed, yet it affects the quality of life for millions over 60. You feel a constant grit, as if sand is trapped under your eyelids. This happens because the tiny glands in your eyelids that produce the oil layer of your tears become inflamed and blocked. Without this oil, your tears evaporate instantly. The omega-3 fatty acids in chia seed oil do not just lubricate your joint. They travel to these tiny glands and improve the quality of the oil they produce. It works from the inside out to stabilize your tear film. Instead of using artificial drops every hour, you are helping your body produce its own lasting moisture. But moisture is not just about comfort. It is about flow, which leads us to a problem many find embarrassing to discuss. Problem number 3, digestive constipation. As we get older, our digestion slows down. It becomes sluggish, leading to discomfort and bloating. Chia seeds possess a unique property. They are hydrophilic, meaning they love water. When they mix with liquid, they form a soothing, gelatinous coating. This gel acts like a soft sponge moving through your intestines. It hydrates the digestive tract and adds bulk without the harsh irritation of chemical laxatives. It signals your system to move. However, there is a specific way to use this. You must never eat the seeds dry, as they can absorb moisture from your throat and cause blockages. Always soak them or use the oil to lubricate the passage. The relief is often felt within 24 hours. Problem number 4, thin, crepey skin. This is where we saw the transformation of Eleanor. Eleanor had suffered from chronic itching and skin that looked like fragile parchment paper. It was so thin she was afraid to scratch it. This condition, often caused by the breakdown of the skin barrier, was ruining her sleep. Chia seed oil is unique because it restores the skin's lipid barrier. It reduces the transepidermal water loss, which is just a fancy way of saying it locks the moisture inside your cells. Eleanor applied the oil topically to her arms and legs. Within 2 weeks, the redness faded, the itching stopped, and her skin regained a suppleness she thought was lost forever. But skin is not the only visible sign of aging we can reverse. Problem number 5, weak and brittle nails. If your nails are constantly cracking or peeling, It is a sign that your body lacks the structural minerals to build strong tissue. Chia is a powerhouse of trace minerals and protein, the building blocks of keratin. While it takes time for a nail to grow out, users often notice that the new growth at the base of the nail is smoother and harder within a few weeks of daily use. It turns your nails from brittle glass into strong shields. Problem number 6, thinning hair and scalp health. Just like your garden needs fertile soil, your hair needs a healthy scalp. Thinning hair in seniors is often due to poor microcirculation to the hair follicles. The anti-inflammatory properties of chia seed oil reduce the scalp irritation that chokes hair growth. By massaging a small amount into the scalp before washing, you are feeding the roots directly. It creates the perfect environment for thicker, healthier hair to emerge. Now, if you do not have high-quality, cold-pressed chia seed oil in your pantry, I have included a link to a trusted source in the description below. It is important to use a pure product to get these results. Problem number 7, insomnia and restless sleep. This brings us to the story of Elena. For years, Elena stared at the ceiling every night, her mind racing, unable to drift off. She did not want to take sleeping pills that left her groggy. The solution was in the chemistry of the chia seed. It contains tryptophan, an amino acid that is the precursor to serotonin and melatonin, the hormones that regulate sleep. By taking this oil, Elena was giving her body the raw materials it needed to shut down naturally. It wasn't a knockout punch like a pill, it was a gentle wave of relaxation. Within days, she was sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed. But sleep is often ruined by a busy mind, which leads us to number 8. Problem number 8, anxiety and mood swings. In the golden years, anxiety can often stem from a physiological imbalance rather than just external stress. The brain is 60% fat, and it requires healthy fats to function calm. The high concentration of omega-3s in chia seed oil supports the nervous system. It helps dampen the fight-or-flight response that keeps you on edge. Think of it as insulation for your frayed nerves. It quiets the noise. Many users report a subtle but profound sense of stability and calm returning to their days, allowing them to handle stress without the shaking hands or racing heart. Problem number 9, brain fog and memory issues. This is the story of Margaret. She noticed she was forgetting names and losing her keys more often. It frightened her. She felt like a fog had settled over her mind. Research suggests that this cognitive decline is often linked to neuroinflammation. The brain is on fire, but you cannot feel the heat. You only feel the fog. Margaret began adding chia seed oil to her diet. The omega-3s crossed into the brain, reducing that inflammation. But there is another secret ingredient, boron. Chia is a source of boron, a mineral essential for cognitive function. After 8 weeks, Margaret felt the fog lift. She could recall details sharply again, and she felt present in conversations with her grandchildren. Problem number 10, unstable blood sugar. We call this the afternoon crash. You eat lunch, and an hour later, you need a nap. This roller coaster is dangerous. It damages your blood vessels and nerves. The gel-forming property of chia seeds is the hero here. When you consume them, they create a physical barrier in your stomach. This barrier slows down the enzymatic breakdown of carbohydrates. Instead of sugar flooding your blood like a tidal wave, it trickles in like a slow stream. This keeps your energy stable and protects your system from the damage of insulin spikes. But protecting your blood is only half the battle if the pressure is too high. Problem number 11, high blood pressure support. Robert lived in fear of his blood pressure readings. He felt like a ticking time bomb. High blood pressure forces your heart to work overtime, wearing it out. Chia seeds contain specific peptides that act similarly to common blood pressure medications, but naturally. They help inhibit the enzyme that tightens your blood vessels. For Robert, adding this to his routine acted as a natural pressure valve. Over 3 months, his readings began to stabilize. He felt lighter, the pounding in his ears stopped, and his doctor was amazed at the improvement. But we must also look at what is clogging those vessels. Problem number 12. High cholesterol levels. Imagine your arteries are pipes in a house. Over time, grease builds up on the walls, narrowing the flow. This is LDL cholesterol. The healthy fats in chia seed oil act like a solvent. They help scrub these walls. Studies have shown that they can lower total cholesterol while raising the good HDL cholesterol. This improves the lipid profile of your blood, making it smoother and less likely to form the dangerous plaques that lead to blockages. It cleans the pipes so the pump can work efficiently. Problem number 13. Bone density loss. This is James's story. James loved gardening, but he was terrified of falling and breaking a hip. He knew his bones were getting porous. Most people take calcium, but without the right transport system, calcium does not get into the bone. Chia seed oil is rich in boron and supports the metabolism of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. It helps lock these minerals into the skeletal structure. It took time. Bone does not rebuild overnight, but after a year of consistent use, James felt sturdy. He could dig in his garden with confidence, knowing his frame was strong enough to support his passion. Problem number 14. Chronic inflammation. This is the silent killer. It is the root cause of almost every disease we have discussed, from arthritis to heart failure. Doctors measure this with a marker called C-reactive protein, or CRP. When this number is high, your body is in a state of emergency. The specific fatty acids in chia seed oil have been proven to lower CRP levels significantly. By taking this oil, you are essentially turning off the emergency alarm in your body. You are moving from a state of constant defense to a state of healing and repair. You stop surviving and start thriving. Problem number 15. Heart health and longevity. This is the secret that saved Joseph's life and can change yours. It is the culmination of everything we have discussed. When you lower inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, clean the arteries, and manage blood sugar, you are giving your heart the ultimate gift. You are removing the burden. Chia seed oil is cardioprotective. It reduces the risk of arrhythmias and strengthens the cardiovascular system. It is not just about living longer. It is about living with vitality. It is the difference between sitting in a chair, watching life go by, and being an active participant in it. However, I must give you a critical warning. Because this oil is so powerful at improving blood flow, it acts as a mild blood thinner. If you are already taking medications like warfarin or aspirin, you must consult your doctor before adding this to your regimen. The combination can be too potent and increase the risk of bleeding. Also, if you choose to eat the seeds, never eat them dry. They absorb liquid rapidly and can cause choking. Always soak them first. 7 days from now, you could be like Joseph, standing up without pain, or like Elena, waking up refreshed after a full night's sleep. The choice to start is yours. If this information helped you, please subscribe for more ancient natural remedies.